Good evening, my dark minions, and welcome. Autumn season is back again, and the month of October is here. A time of pumpkin spice and everything nice, and of course, the month of spooks. This evening, I have a special tale to take you into the month of Halloween, as well as mark a very special event and announcement. It is my 1-year mark of an anniversary that I have been on YouTube. But I do warn that this tale is probably not safe to listen to if you're at work or if your younger Dark Minion offspring is around. I would like to give my amazing audience a special thank you for all of your support. Without any of my Dark Minion family, I wouldn't have been here today and all of the support that you have shown. Your support truly does mean the world to me and help keep this horror story podcast going. But now, though, my Dark Minions, it is time. It's time to sit back and relax with your favorite drink or snack in front of your bonfire if you wish, and join me for tonight's tale. Natalie gazed through the blinds of her living room's bay window as she waited impatiently. It had been clear past midnight, and she knew that something had not been right. This wasn't something that had been foreign to her. This had been happening for over 3 months. Natalie didn't want to come to the harsh realization, but she had unfortunately been faced with it every day now. She had clearly seen the signs. She'd even collected evidence days ago to confirm these suspicions as true. Natalie was heartbroken. She didn't, let alone couldn't, believe that the person that she had loved could be capable of doing something like this to her. In some way, Natalie knew that it was somewhat stupid to believe that it could never happen to her. She figured lying to herself could somehow cushion the blow to this ugly truth. Natalie was lesbian. She had known for a long time about her sexuality, even though she tried for the longest to be this person that she wasn't during her teen years. She had never been in a long-term relationship with a woman before. There may have been the occasional crushes throughout the years on other girls, but she was never in a relationship with any of them. Her anxiety previously would always send her over the edge. But all of that would change one day. Tired of hiding behind a mask of who others wanted her to be, at the age of 24, a special woman changed that. When she had been in her last year of college, Coquette Bennett was that woman. The light of her life and the one. Natalie just knew Coquette was the one. The couple was smitten after Coquette revealed to Natalie that she was ready to tie the knot and become her wife. Natalie was stunned and took up the offer. But those days now had only appeared to be a distant memory. Natalie continued to stare obsessively out of the bay window. Autumn's chill had been in full demand, and the colorful leaves had caked the grass beneath them outside. It was nearly Halloween, and this had been the time of the year that always brightened Natalie's mood. But this October, Natalie had been feeling anything but cheerful. Even the bright, warm colors of the autumn's leaves, pumpkins, and the festivities of Halloween parties to look forward to wasn't enough to lift her broken spirit. She walked angrily to the couch and set herself down in the dark after hearing Coquette's car pulling up into the driveway. She clenched her teeth in agitation as she listened to the keys just outside the front door dangling. "Where the fuck have you been?" Natalie cried out just as Coquette stumbled through the door, gazing to Natalie with a confused look on her face. "Calm down, I told you. I was working a double. We're 2 months behind in the mortgage, Natalie. One of us has to bring in some real money. We both know it isn't you, Coco snapped. You know that's not true. I've been working my ass off to catch up with some of our debt. I called the office and your manager said your shift was over hours ago. Do you want to tell me what the hell is going on? Where the fuck were you? Natalie snarled. Colquitt locked the deadbolt of the door, then stormed over to Natalie. Who the fuck do you think you are checking up on me like that? Natalie crossed her arms, feeling irate with her usual bitch face showing. I know your secret. Colquitt rolled her eyes. Natalie dug into her pants pocket, pulling out her iPhone with the ugly evidence that she collected from days ago on it. It had been now when Natalie had noticed that the coldness on Colquitt's furious face had suddenly turned fearful. I can explain that. It's not what it looks like. I promise, it's not. Colquitt lied. Cal and I, we were just friends. We're just friends, Natalie. There's nothing more. I don't love him. We had a little too much to drink and we hooked up. There's nothing between us, Natalie. Nothing serious anyway. You have to believe me. I love you. My heart belongs to you, Natalie. Natalie smiled lightly. I love that you're completely honest with me about all of this. Why don't you just go and get washed up and we'll talk some more about it. You've had a rough night, I'm sure. Just go get cleaned up. I'll set the bed, Natalie said, walking over to Colquitt, kissing her on the cheek. A few moments later, Colquitt returned to the master bedroom. Natalie had been waiting patiently for her as she lay with her back resting up against the headboard. Colquitt had been wearing an oversized jersey as she flashed a toothy grin before lying herself down in the bed next to her. Natalie turned off the lights that had set on a nightstand. The room had been shrouded in darkness as Natalie snuggled up next to Colquitt, caressing her body. Natalie's hand scanned across her belly until it had eased down beneath the silk lining of her silk panties. She slid 2 fingers inside. Natalie could feel Colquitt's body tremble in excitement as she listened intently to her moaning. Colquitt had been really happy as Natalie had continued on as the two shared passionate French kissing. I'm going to make you feel really good. Just wait, baby, Natalie said, removing her panties, caressing her thighs. So tell me, is my touch better than a man's touch? Am I enough to still satisfy you? I want to try something that will make you feel really good. Am I still enough for you, Colquitt? Infuriated, Natalie reached underneath her pillow, where the dangerous secret she had stashed away from earlier had still been there. She had reached for a 12-gauge pistol. Natalie covered Colquitt's mouth, enraged. I will shoot you if you dare try to fight and scream, Natalie scoffed. So you like men, don't you? Well, I have just a thing for you to fulfill your appetite for dick. You will pay the price for cheating on me. Colquitt shrieked in terror and pain as she could feel the coldness of the barrel thrust violently inside of her. She was too mortified to speak and had been entirely convinced that silence and submission would spare her life. I am not the woman that you cheat on. With that, Natalie prepared her firearm, then pulled the trigger. A rather deliciously dark one that was. What lengths would you go to avenge your justice, my dark minions? If you haven't already heard, I do currently have published work out. It is simply called Cross Passion Forbidden Love. It's available on Kindle and many more platforms. A direct link will be posted in the description box below. That is all that I have for you this evening. But please do remember to come back and visit me soon.